Okay, so here we are. It's 3 in the morning. I'm just getting up for work. And we are at 215 pounds. This is our current conditioning. Alright, so let's get into the meals for the day. First off, I will not have anything from the time I start work at 5 o'clock until 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, I will have the first protein shake that is in the shaker, 2 scoops of Limitless Pharma whey protein isolate. 2 hours from that, at 9 o'clock, I will drink another 2 scoops of whey protein isolate. No carbs until lunchtime, essentially. Then at 11:30, we will sit down and have 300 grams of jasmine rice with 200 grams of lean ground beef. And then 2 hours from that, I leave work and head to the gym. It is arm day today, so I may have a Rice Krispie square, but other than that, that is all we will have until 3 or 4 o'clock. So we are on our way to Gold's. Not much more to say than that. Honestly, today is a beautiful day. Some thoughts that I had regarding training in general was just the absolute discipline that it takes to keep oneself in a position of constant improvement. For most of us, improvement in a holistic sense is not really on the forefront of our minds all the time. One thing I've noticed about myself is that has changed drastically. Since I was in my early 20s, my priorities have completely shifted. Discipline being one of those priorities. When you become disciplined in the gym, it starts to bleed into other aspects of your life. So in a sense, it may be the catalyst for all-around change and discipline in all aspects of one's life. Consistency is key. But in order to stay consistent, we need to be disciplined. When it comes to going to work, most people don't want to go to work. I'd rather play Warzone all day, honestly, than go to work. But every cause has an effect. And if my cause is not going to work, then the effect is I can't afford to finance my lifestyle. So I need to stay disciplined in going to work. I also need to stay disciplined in my diet. You know, if I'm not eating properly, it doesn't really matter what I'm doing in the gym, because in my experience, if you're trying to build a specific physique that includes a high percentage of muscle and a low percentage of body fat, the diet is going to be extremely important to stay consistent on. Ironically though, this is what people struggle with the most. That being the case, we can see why so many people look, I was going to say terrible, but not even just terrible, like average. Discipline is key You know, in order to stay consistent at something, we have to be able to discipline ourselves. And so what does it mean to stay disciplined? To me, discipline is the ability to have full conscious control over one's actions. Anything that precedes an action, by definition, does not have any control over you. Who you're choosing to be, the way you choose to interact with life, all of life around you, whether it's people, animals, nature, inanimate objects, that information is extremely useful to someone who is trying extremely hard to change. Most people aren't trying to change. Change can be extremely scary. And I think what's the most scary about it is the unknown. I think what I've realized is that change is inevitable. You know, we grow old and we die. Things are always changing. Why would I be afraid of the only thing that is guaranteed? Wouldn't it make more sense to become friends with that element, whatever that is? Because it's the only thing that's guaranteed. It's the only thing I can guarantee is going to happen tomorrow, is things will be different than they were today. We need to let go of our fear. Letting go of the idea of control equals freedom. Based on our decisions and our habits in the current moment, we can see where we will end up 6 months or a year down the line. It's from that future projection and the remembrance of that goal that almost evokes this ability to stay disciplined, because it's not easy. But if you can manage to master that, you will become so free. Fear, anxiety, depression, these emotions aren't meant to be a prison. They're actually meant to be a mirror. So when you feel something that's good or bad, it's an inner reflection of something that's working or not working. And it's in our best interest to be paying attention to that. If you're feeling bad, but you're still continuing the same behaviors that are making you feel that way, nothing is going to change. You're going to keep feeling those feelings, which ultimately isn't helpful to your life and to anyone around you, because when that's your experience, you act and react from that place of hurt or whatever you're feeling, and that further perpetuates your own pain and the pain of others. Ultimately, I think it's just nice to be in a good space, and I have a lot of appreciation for where we're at right now. Gratitude. All right, I'll see you guys in there.
Spend it all.
All right, so it is now time to eat. Post-workout, I typically do 2 whole eggs and 300 milliliters of egg whites. I will also have 2 whole sourdough English muffins, and I will have 3 tablespoons of jam. Just FYI, this meal does contain 766 calories. It is a larger meal. 95.8 grams of carbs, 13 grams of fat, and 62.8 grams of protein. And there's my dog. All right, so here we have the English muffins, and I'll sort of show you guys how I do this. And like I said, I'm not contest prepping. I am just sort of getting in shape. So I don't weigh out my jam or anything. I just kind of eyeball it. I do 3 tablespoons like every night. That's sort of like my amount that I like. If I eat 2 whole English muffins, 3 tablespoons seems to like spread evenly pretty nicely and give me a decent amount, so I feel like I'm actually eating some sugar. Oh, by the way, shout out to the quads right now. You know what I mean? Shout out to them. Because tomorrow, they are not going to be feeling this good. I can promise you that. So as you can see, we are almost finished up here. So I think we will just do a quick physique check while we are waiting. All right, so this is the final creation. Now we will eat.